Hello, everybody, wherever you may be. My name is Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. We're going to do this right. Welcome to Ham Radio Live 38. I just literally did like an hour and 20-minute video. Had QSO audio in my ears, but you couldn't hear it. And that's not good. That's what we're here about. We had a request from one of our viewers, Larry, bless his heart. He wanted to hear some QSOs. Now, here's the deal. As you can see by the clock here that I put up, it's 12:34, and that's Pacific time, okay? Move that clock down. So if you use full screen, if you pinch it out on your phone or your tablet, it'll go full screen. Now you can see the clock. This Pacific time, probably going to be a contest weekend somewhere within our United States or our continent somewhere. So we're going to have lots of people who are going to be on later doing contesting. We may do a contest video today. That'd be fun. Haven't done one of those. But he wanted to just hear some QSOs. Why not? Let's do that. You know, when I finish these videos, again, the whole purpose of these shows is to help encourage people to get their ham radio license, to show them what ham radio is about, and to help them understand just how much fun it is. I mean, geez, contacting people in other states and continents over the radio, how cool is that? So that's what we do. We enjoy doing it. It's one of the most fun things that I do, and I really look forward to bringing you these shows. So when I had the request from Larry, one of our viewers, to bring a show to you that would have, you know, QSOs being made, contacts that, you know, I wouldn't let him down. So when I when I finished the video, no joke, hang on. When I finished the video, I noticed, oops, everything's great, except you can't hear what the rig is hearing. That's not good. All right, so let's start out. We're going to do a whole new show. I know it says 12:35, but hams are up all the time. So we're going to start. We'll get you the rig cam. We'll go first on 40 meters. Good place to be at night. And the best part here, there's no RFI because the next door neighbor's water pump water flow controller is off. So that gives us a clean band to work with for a few hours. Let's see what we can come up with. There's a signal. So we're just going to kind of feel around, see what we come up with. I'll also demonstrate a little bit about the HRL38 system, how it works, just how versatile it is. It is one amazing thing. It really is how well it works. See if they'll come back again. If I can get any sort of a break or a call sign. Another one down here. May not be able to understand each other. Let's give it a shot. Won't hurt, right? Let's tune up, make sure we're good. We'll tune up on frequency here at 7.178 megahertz. We'll see if we can make a quick phone call, you know, over the microphone. See if we can say hello. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Tamangnya naman kumuha ng kaldero at saka kawali. Magsasayaw-sayaw ka,
I don't understand him. That's the problem. I wish I was bilingual. I'm sorry, only speak English. I'm very sorry. Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Oh, mayroong istasyon. November daw.
My friend, I'm sorry, I don't quite understand what you're saying, and please forgive me for that. I don't mean to be disrespectful, okay? I really don't. Kilo 7 Hotel November, back to you.
Kilo 7 Oscar November daw.
QSL, Kilo 7 Hotel November. What's your call sign?
Kilo 7 Hotel November. My call is King Henry 0 Italy. Kilo Hotel 0 India is my call, Lord.
Could you come back again just with your call sign only, please? Didn't quite get that.
Hotel, 00, India.
Roger that. Kilo Hotel 0 India. QSL?
QSL, Kilo November Hotel, November, Kilo Hotel 0 India, alright?
Roger that. Well, my friend, thank you for being patient with me. I appreciate that. My QTH is Independence, Oregon. I'm located about 65 miles southwest of Portland, Oregon. My name is Larry. That's Lima Alpha Romeo Romeo Yankee. And you're about a 5'9", all the way here in Oregon. Over?
Larry is your name, alright?
Yep, my name is Larry. Lima Alpha Romeo Romeo Yankee. QSL?
QSL, Satukayo, my name also is Larry, Lima Alpha Romeo Yankee. I'm here in Saipan, Marianas Island. You know, it's about 5x5, over.
Roger, and thank you for the 5x5. You're a 5'9" here. Great signal. What radio and what are you using to broadcast with? Over?
Roger, Larry. Okay, Larry, thank you very much for the short contact to you, and I will say 73 and best regards to you and to your family. Kilo 7 Hotel November, Kilo Hotel 0 India, over.
Roger that. Kilo Hotel 0 India. 73 from Oregon. God bless you. Thank you for your kindness. Kilo Hotel 0 India. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Take care.
Okay, stay away from fire and stay away also COVID-19. Take care, Larry. Over.
Yes, absolutely. And by the way, Larry, you're live right now on my YouTube show called Ham Radio Live. So you're right now on YouTube. I'd like to send you a copy of this video. Do you have a QRZ page and an email address on it?
Yeah, copy on that, Larry. Copy on that. So anyway, always take care of yourself. 73 a day. Bye-bye now. Over.
Very good. I'll send you a copy, Larry. Thank you again. 73 Kilo 7 Hotel November clear.
Bye. See you later. Bye-bye now, Larry.
Oh, how about that? Now, you know what?
Yan.
Thank you, Larry. It was an honor to meet you in Thailand. Thank you.
Taga Oregon, Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Goodbye, Larry. Thank you. How about that? There we go. Had a request from a nice man that watches the channel, and he wanted to hear some QSOs. He doesn't have his gear yet, and he just wanted to have a night of radio. I mean, how cool is that? And how simple of a request is that? It made me think a lot about, you know, my equipment and how very blessed I am to have it, because there was a time that I didn't. And I remember that time all too well. So this show is really a pleasure for me to make it. And to just give you an idea, let's run that through. I want to run that one in here while we're live, just to give you an idea, because I think that by doing this, you kind of get a little better idea of, you know, how we do ham radio, how fun it can be, and what you can do in ham radio by having your own ham radio, by getting yourself, you know, a good radio system and, you know, doing, you know, good, you know, getting just a normal rig, getting yourself a, you know, decent antenna. You don't have to buy something really expensive. You don't need to do that. All you need to do is just get yourself, I think, great feed line. Buy your buy the best feed line you can to begin with, as I've said before. There are lots of great radios out there. Great used rigs, too. Great used rigs you can buy. We've had one on Safe Trading, a show already on that. Or buy a new one. Can't go wrong there. and make sure you can get up a simple dipole antenna and you're on the air. That was Hilario, all the way in Saipan. I thought he said it was actually in Thailand, and that could be. You know what? I could be off. Okay, so I just want to tell you right out of the box, first QSO, that right there is pretty darn good start. So I'm grateful we came back. I couldn't keep the old show. I just couldn't. It was just wrong. I want to just make sure he knows it was an honor to meet him, and I'll let him know that on his QRZ page. That initial contact, by the way, that we just made, to give you an idea, in terms of distance, at 200 watts, okay? That was, you ready? 5,533 miles. That's pretty cool. That's why I love ham radio. So I hope you heard it, because it was a joy to make it. Let's move up the dial a little bit, put you back on the rig cam. Let's see what else we can do. Again, the request from Larry, one of our viewers, was to just spend some time making some contacts. That's what we're going to try and do, and we'll have some fun. Here we go. Back to the rig cam we go. The nice thing about working this time of day is that you hear the long distance stations from other continents, other places.
So I thought I heard your voice there, so I thought I'd better say hello to you. What was that? Mike was somebody having a go talking in the background.
Now you hear how more intelligible he became? That's really because of the high LPRAS. I was able to bring his mid-range down, get into his voice range, and tune it in.
Oh, hey, you go, Kit. Nice to hear you, mate. Good on you. Yeah, good, mate. It's your will here, mate. And I hope you're well, mate. Yeah, no.
Sounds like someone from Australia. Let's try it.
Good here
We'll tune up. We weren't too far away, but we'll still tune up just to be safe. Every watt we got, we'll try. First call, Thailand, 5,500 miles away. Let's see where we go from here. Kilo 7, Hotel November. Oops. That is not what you do, by the way. I thought he was done. Getting a lot of fade on it now. So we're getting some fade, and I think we're just going to move frequency. Let's see what else we can come up with. I'd love to stick around, see if we can do this again. This is such a good signal here. Got to see what we got. That's our friend Larry in Thailand there. One nice thing about the 101, both D and MP, you can point and click. Get it up a little higher. Signal here. No, that's going to be shortwave. Signal here. Okay. Listen for just a second. And this is where I think in ham radio, you can get very, very itchy. You want to just call right away. You want to call your call sign. It's not a good idea to call your call sign right away. Listen carefully. Listen to the conversation. Give both of them a chance to talk. Wait for a break. Then make your call. Let's go back to the rig cam.
Kailangan ng grounding sa nag-ground. Kaya kung kulang ng grounding ko, mahina mo ito. Yan o, mahina na yun.
Jeez, he's got a booming signal here.
Enjoy. Now let's let it be called on VK5 Golf offset Delta. VK5 Golf. And use the foundation right on top. But the G in the suffix is a footballer.
Okay, so this is a VK5. This is coming from Australia. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Just trying to finesse him in. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Tough one to get in on. They really transition quickly here.
I noticed just very quickly, any call starting prefix with either Mike or November or Papa.
Here we go.
When these guys give the 3-letter call, it could be any call, and you won't know illegally on 20 metres or not. Unless, well, one guy called into me the other day for that, with the new call, the new foundation.
Just to give you an idea, I just pulled my processing up along with my mic gain. Now, I'm not going to try and overdrive my ALC. I'm going to try and max it right where I want it because that's going to give me a little more punch to my transmit signal. That's what I just did. So for new hams or hams that are interested in the hobby, processing helps you, but you don't want to overdo it. If you do, you do what's called splatter. You get a lot of distortion in your transmit signal. Not something you want. So you want to be able to watch this meter right here carefully. That's one that I watched right over here. It's this area right here you want to be within, that white shaded area or gray shaded area that you see on the screen. Let me get you a little better picture of it because this is an important principle for you to learn if you're not a ham. The ALC, which is the automatic level control, you want to get it right around here. Anything over that, and you're really putting too much modulation, you're distorting your signal. So you want to be right there. That's your sweet spot. That's what we're aiming for here. So let's see how we do. I'll try and back the camera out so you can see just the top of that.
So you prefix a little bit. it's still identifies them. I think they do need to be identified because, like you said, it's just a free for all now. Whatever now, another work coming through today is, I don't know how foundation or not, they could be working, they could be 30, 40 dB overnight. You don't forget, anyway, I'm not there to sleep anyway. I don't really care what they run. It really doesn't bother me. I just myself, it's just do my own thing, but I agree. I think, like the US is coming, the UK is studio and stuff like that. So you have a bit of an idea. I suppose you can still regulating so that way that you can take care of it. Anyway, G0BK2BY.
Kilo 7 Hotel, November. I know we were able to catch him there in a break, so let's see what happens. Second call into the Southwest Pacific. And just so you realize, the first call was made into the Mariana Islands, quite a ways. They're in a long conversation. That's one of these things you don't want to disturb if you can help it. You just don't want to do it. It's not good practice to do it. I've already called a couple of times. I don't want to make it a habit. Just move on. There's other places to go. Now this right here, this is called the Worked All States Net. Okay. What these guys do, it's a group of hams, and in different places they host it. So it might be hosted one night in Arizona, maybe another night in Tennessee, maybe some other night in, Ohio. But these very dedicated hams get together on this net, and the whole purpose is to allow people the opportunity to work all 50 states. So people around the country in the United States and also outside the U.S. try and make calls in. You get kind of on a list. They have a little internet site where you can see where your name is on the list. And when it's your turn to call somebody, you can call anybody on the list and try and get someone on your log for either that state or possibly that country. It's a great net, and it's on every night, but it depends on the time of year, okay? If you're a daylight savings time state, it's always going to start at, that'd be 2 a.m. Eastern during daylight savings. 3 a.m. Eastern daylight savings time. Okay. If it is during standard time, it's going to be at 2 a.m. Eastern time. Okay. 7190 Worked All States Net. It's a pretty rough signal tonight. In the area of the band where we're getting a lot of RFI. As you can see, hold on, let me get you the rig cam. You get a better idea of it. Better idea of it, where we're at. So this is a great net. If you're new to ham radio and you'd like to work all states, there are certificates you can get. You can get the Worked All States Net certificate. Let me rephrase that. Sorry. That's the Worked All States Net. You can get a Worked All States certificate. That's kind of cool. You can work 50, different country certificate. You can work the DX100. That means you've made contact to 100 different countries. There's plenty of awards out there. It's a lot of fun, really is. But this one helps you work all states. Pretty cool. And you're going to find a lot of these people are going to be real weak. Some work QRP, which means they're working 10 watts or less on single sideband. So in this case, they may be, 10 watts or lower, or they could be from a distance that's so far away you're just having a hard time hearing them. But they always have enough people helping out their net control person that, say, for example, the person running net control can't hear you. One of the other people that are assisting the net controller will say, hey, we have a break from, say in this example, K7HN, and then they'll say, hey, Larry, how are you? You're in line. Would you like to make a call? That's how it works. They're really good people. Just to give you a quick thing here. See if we can just get in real quick. K7HN. Oh boy, we're so off tune. If you noticed on that call, when I did the transmit from the mic, the ALC was way high. That meant we're way off. Now watch this call. Make sure we're not stepping on somebody. Hopefully we're not. So they're in the middle of making some QSOs together. I don't want to disturb those folks. They're great people. Again, 7.190, 2 a.m. East if it's standard time. If it's daylight savings time, you'll catch them at 3 a.m. in the East. Great net. But you can see the giant pile of RFI right there. That's why we're not getting them. Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Kilo 7 Hotel November. Kato kayo. Kabayan?
Yes, Roger. Hey, Larry, I wanted to say thanks again for your kindness in taking my call earlier. Bless you, my friend. Thank you again.
Okay, Larry. Ulit, dependen kato kayo in Tagalog.
Roger that. Well, I've got you in the log, and I'll send you a copy of the video on YouTube. Valerio, thanks again, buddy. 73, Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Okay, Larry. Kilo 7 Hotel November. Always stay safe, stay home.
What a nice guy. See, that's a nice guy. He's all the way in you're talking, the Mariana Islands. Now we're way down on 40. This is the bottom of the phone band. Now, technically, you cannot make a call on the phone band below this number, 7.127. For new hams, there's a reason. You're on lower sideband. So your signal is going to go from 7.127 down 3 kilohertz. That makes it 7.124 outside the band plan. And I said this is the bottom end. That's incorrect. The lowest you can go is 7.128. You don't want your sideband signal to go below 7125. So the lowest you're going to be able to transmit here on 40 is technically 7.128. That could be on your test. Okay? Weird one, kind of a catchy one, but that could be there. Here's a weak signal. See, they're still in the conversation. This is a ham, it sounds like from the United States, talking to a ham that's in Australia. It's a VK3, okay? VK3. Australia is set up into different zones, kind of like the United States, okay? You would think, when you get like to the far northeast, that would be 0 or 1, but it doesn't work that way. It's set up a different way. But in Australia, it's different. But you always know you're talking to an Australian station because they start with a VK. You have to kind of be a little bit careful to know which part of the VK they're in.
Licensing over here, but yet if I had a trouble with my neighbour about LED lights and what
Now you can see his signals coming up now to S5, but he's very readable.
no care in the world over. Yeah.
Kilo 7 Hotel November. Yep, they heard me that time. Loved Hilario from Saipan. Wasn't he cool? Neat guy. You think of just the amount of area that transmission had to go to get there. To give you an idea of where Hilario is, that was our first call to Kilo Hotel 01.
Well, that's
He
the funny
is-
thing about it. They get money from us. So still, we're just so secondary and just bureaucratical. And I think you got, I don't know how many radio stations you got here in Australia. But you probably count them on your one hand. So they put down as I went through a lot. I even wrote to the minister and got back a thing saying that basically it's not.
So he's in the Mariana Islands. Mariana Islands is between Japan and New Guinea, essentially, right, almost dead center between them.
Fortunately enough, I had
Just a little above Guam.
the ACMA that took an interest to try and keep the peace and was basically doing it on their own back to liaison just by phone call with the guy with the LED lights. And eventually got done. It took about 1 year, but I didn't think I was so noisy because every day I was sending emails to my local member and sending emails on. I think I was so noisy and I think they got fed up with it. You know, it eventually worked, but then I've got noise far down the road and then you go, oh, here we go again, mate. We're working another year 5. Fortunately enough, the guys in the bad place. He hasn't been far on for a while, but I've got an ARRL order that
Again, this call's coming from Australia, live.
moving out. He's moving. He's actually selling his house, so he's going to move out by Christmas. So I'm going to have to get an electrician over there before Christmas and fix it up because I'll tell you what, the next people that buy the house it might not be Christmas Day, can get some care. So that's the thing we've got to deal with. If we get some products from China, my neighbour next door, he gets refurbished laptops and resold again. And sometimes they come with no charger. And one day I got wiped out the boys and said, "Go on over there, mate." He goes, "Why? Anything different?" He goes, "Oh, for charging laptops I'm selling." I said, "When do you only charge?" No, I just put them on eBay. I'll tell you what, they will wipe me out. Lucky enough, he'll get stuff to sell a whole lot. But unfortunately, where do they go to? They go to somebody else's problem. So this is what we got to put up with. K7GI if we take 2CY.
Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Exactly.
Gotta try just one last time there. According to what this gentleman's QRZ page says, he's in South Australia. This is quite a contact. In fact, this might be my longest. If we can make this, this would be my longest QSO. And if you don't mind, we're going to add a little bit of distortion because the transmitting antenna above is right above the shack, and it will affect my processing gear. Let's try it with the ZS6BKW, which has a killer signal into the Pacific, okay? I'm going to switch over. You may hear some distortion. I'll do my best to just, get as low of that as I can on your end. So we're going to tune this up on the wire, which sounds weird. I was on a vertical antenna, the high gain AV680 vertical. However, this antenna does great into the Southwest Pacific. You can already hear the signal has come up, and that's because we've changed antennas.
You're right, I'm going to charger for my bandstand. But then my wife used to charge the tablet to put the hearing through the light, get a light, put it in the front of the light. And there's the radio there, boy. Not again. I go, the first thing I do is go straight to there. I've got to tuck it away. I don't even know why I keep it in. I've got to tuck it away. I've just started riding on a van now, and you can still cope it, but it's still something not too bad. And we do it walking the room, burn them all. Because every household's got one. Every household's got something dirty signals. Yeah, there you go. K72IBK2BY. Oh, okay. Yeah, no,
Just trying to finesse this in.
I'm trying,
Okay. Now hear how loud it got. That's without any digital noise reduction. Here's the signal without it. Here's the signal with it. Hear the difference? I'll take it out again. This way you'll see it on the screen as well while we wait for these two guys to give us a break to call in. Here it is outside. And there it is back. I know that we have frozen the screen a little bit, but I'm still here. Hang in there with me. We're still here. Hang in there, okay? Hang in there. Here's our chance.
No, I didn't. I don't know why. I've never used quite much because of that reason. I was on it just a minute ago. The last one I got was I got the fan either.
I'm not sure why that this camera is frozen.
I don't understand what goes on. That's why I don't. This is you last seen days ago. So I don't know what goes on with this crazy, seriously. Okay. For some reason, I'll take a look at it.
try and do what I can to get it to reload. But we are still live. Hang in there. Don't leave me. You could be hearing the longest QSO I've ever had live. This would be pretty cool for me. Be a really special moment. Hang in there.
I'll head off and see if I can get an extra
I assure you the rig audio you're hearing is live from this camera. Kilo 7 Hotel November.
See what's about, and then I might go to 15. See what that's about. If not, yeah, I'll catch you later, mate. I'll probably be around tomorrow afternoon. But until then, mate, don't have a coffee before you go to bed. It's supposed to stay down right. And yeah, take care, mate. Have a great morning. K7GI, VK2BY. Well, that's normally people don't do that. I can sleep quite well. You know what? Sometimes I get a caffeine where I have a coffee and then I can actually go to sleep straight after. It's not worthwhile, you know, for you.
Give me a second. I'm trying to reboot something here. Just a second. That's just froze. But you're hearing it live thanks to the high ARRL38.
That's exactly what it does for me. I can have a coffee and I lay down and never coffee and watch up the back. You can do coffee before you go to bed. You'll sleep. I take a little extra to get that way. See you, buddy. See you later.
Kilo 7 Hotel November.
I'm going to take you to Kilo 7, I think. Then I'm going to go QRC. Kilo 7 again.
Yes, Kilo 7 Hotel November. Hello there.
Okay, Kilo 7 Hotel November. This is Kilo 7 Way, Bravo Yankee. And I'm located in Sydney. We worked before. Nice to catch you again there, Larry. You're VK2BY, over.
Roger that, my friends. Good to hear you again as well. I'm doing a live YouTube show for folks who are brand new hams and people who want to get their licenses. So I had somebody that wanted a live QSO show. So here it is. We're giving them the live show they wanted. And I'm grateful to get you because it's going to mean a lot to him to see this. Thanks a lot for taking the time to take my call.
Yeah, no worries at all, mate. I'm going to jump to 20 metres now, but nice to catch you again there, Larry. All the best, mate. Take care. Kilo 7 Hotel November, VK2BY. 73, mate. Thanks for coming back.
73 to you as well, my friend. VK2BY, K7HN. God bless you, 73.
73, mate.
There you go. All right, so there is Australia. I had that one wrong, by the way. Gotta tell you, I had it wrong. I thought it was say VK5. Messed me up. I've talked to him before. I've talked to a lot of folks in Australia. You know what's interesting? I'll tell you a funny story while we're here. I had two goals when I got into ham radio. Two. It sounds weird to say this, but my two goals were to get a hold of somebody in Australia and get a hold of someone in Great Britain. That was my hope. I was hopeful to do, both of those things. And I was so grateful. The first time I got Australia, no joke, I literally woke up my family. It was like at 3 a.m, okay? 3 a.m., I literally woke my family up. And I was like, oh my gosh, you won't believe what happened. You won't believe what happened. Hey, buddy, back again. Sorry about that. It's called memory overload. That's just what happens sometimes when you just use too much. See? I can check on my phone when this happens, and I don't ever have to do that typically anymore because I really watch what I have open on my screen because I don't want to overwork my computer. Because honestly, the biggest killer that you have to anything getting involved with your radio, with a computer, whenever you're working a computer, one of the biggest
Hello, everybody,
things
wherever you may be. My name is Larry. My call sign's Kilo 7 Hotel November. I'd like to
Windows
welcome you
right
back
now.
to Ham
You're
Radio
gonna get
Live,
backgrounds
a
of me
continuation of
talking,
show
and
number
Here
32.
we go. Kill that.
Talking about speaker quality
And then
in radios today, and that we should be expecting
we got
more.
more
And,
windows open
it's
than
not that
giant farmhouse. Sorry, just being honest. Okay, so I want to log this last one. I hope you guys got to hear it. Now I feel kind of like dorky because this thing just kind of, I don't know where it went off the rails. But we just made a couple calls into the South Pacific, and I really hope that Larry gets to see that, because that would make me feel terrible if that didn't happen. We redid the show, by the way. We reproduced this. It was an hour and 20 minutes, literally. And, it drives you crazy to go that far because, you literally put a lot of time into doing this. And, when you work this hard and you don't get, the things that you try to get done the first time right, you're like, oh, no, wait a minute. That should work better than that. So anyway, it's just one of those things. You are thankful because, you got to meet people, you get to meet new people, new friends, like, the gentleman in Thailand. He was so sweet. What a neat guy. We're going to send him a copy of the show so that he has it, because that's why we're here. We do this not only for all of you, but to share with them as well the joy of bringing them, all the way here, because it's a long ways. It's a long ways. Now, we were just on, let's go back to 40 real quick. We're at 7161, so we'll change that here in the computer. I'll give you an idea about how far that was away. Good call to Brad again in Australia. That was my two goals. My two goals when I got in the ham radio. One was Australia. Two was Great Britain. Okay. And tonight we made one into the Marianas, which was great. Love that. Now, to give you an idea of that call, that QSO, that was made. We changed antennas, and I don't know what you missed because all of a sudden my computer locked up. But the second call, which was made to Brad in just out of Sydney, Australia, we changed from a vertical antenna. Verticals typically have lower takeoff angles down the horizon, so they're great for DX. However, for you people that have dipoles, or you're concerned, well, gosh, if I buy a dipole antenna, I don't get as good of one as I get a vertical. No, and no. That was made off the dipole. The vertical was having a hard time making the call. The dipole's up high enough that it could make the call. That call was 8,010 miles away with 200 watts. That's how far it was. So that's Brad in Australia. Let's move the rig cam. Let's see if we can make one more call, and we'll see if we can call the show. It was about making some calls for one of our viewers. And I love to check 20 at night because you'll be surprised sometimes what's out there. And I'll show you one more thing before we close out tonight. I see one creeping up. Oh, yeah. We got a shot. Here it comes. Right there. Unless it's RFI. Yeah, just a spot of RFI. Some more RFI. Okay. All right, back to 40. Okay. I'm going to show you. I know that Larry wanted some QSOs. And I think we just made two darn good ones right there. I know it's only two. I know it, but it's the middle of the night. A lot of people are sleeping. And see, what I ran into was a little worried that, okay. Okay. Here's K9RM. I know him. He's a good guy. He's in Ohio. Has one of the best receiving antennas probably in the country. Huge beverage antennas. Huge. K9RM. I think his name is Bill. I think he can hear a flea scratch itself all the way in Tasmania. I swear. He's that good. Again, this is the 7.190 net, 2 a.m. in the east when it's standard time, 3 a.m. in the east in daylight time. Okay? The XNet for worked all states.
Bravo, Chris in Iowa. It is your turn now. Over.
See? That's how they do it. So they give the call. They let you know you're, the state. And then if you haven't worked the state before, you can make the call to them. That's what's cool about the 7.190 net. Great net. And what time it is here? The time is currently 1:30, which means that in about a half hour, the group down on 7.163, which is the DXNet, they'll start broadcasting right about then. We'll see if we're still on. How long are we on? Okay. Probably about 40 minutes into this. But that is the 7.190 net. Highly recommend it for worked all state stuff. Great stuff. And you do get a lot of folks who haven't worked all states, but you also get folks come in from different countries who'd like to work all states as well. Kind of neat. All right, let's take a look down, way down on 160 meters. See if anybody's still awake. Okay, that'll be about it. I got something right here. Triangle right there. Yeah. Sounds like we just got some noise. Just some noise. Maybe a little trail over here. See. No, there is something here. There is, unless it's just an artifact. Yeah, just an artifact on there. Nothing big. Okay, let's try 80. Cover your ears. It can get nasty here sometimes. I'm just gonna be honest.
Getting well, doing real good. His nurse went over there Friday morning to try to see about him, and they couldn't get in, and she called Pete.
So this is 80 meters. Some people will call it on this end 75. Once you get about 3750, they knock it down to 80. But, it's going to be mostly thought of as 80 meters on most rigs. Now, I know this will not tune on either of my antennas. Just a moment. Let me move over to the vertical. We'll get this down into the place where we can tune it real quick. We'll try and make one more call. We'll call tonight. That was quick.
Yeah, I love listening. He had done a lot of different things.
Kilo 7 Hotel November. Good evening.
Talk about sports car racing. 1850. The cars.
You got another signal right next to him.
What they give to the people, who some of the people were that turned out to be.
Right here. Or not.
There was a lot of road racing going on in those days.
Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Hey, Dad, he was in bed. Somebody's trying to get in there, boy. I can slightly hear him.
Kilo 7 Hotel November.
Kilo 7 Hotel, Kilo November, is that correct? Go to the remote, see if I can hear you.
Kilowatt 7 Hotel November. QSL?
Okay, K7 Hotel November. All right, well, good morning to you. You're really light here, and Bull's going to go to a remote, see if he can copy a little bit better. But anyway, what's the name and where you're located? Go ahead.
My name is Larry. That's Lima Alpha Romeo Romeo Yankee. My QTH is Independence, Oregon. Copy?
Okay, Independence, Oregon. Well, good morning to you, Larry. Like I said, you're live here. Bull's going to try to copy you on a remote. So good morning, and hope you're doing fine, Larry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I didn't quite get your call sign. I'm sorry. What was your call sign and your name?
Okay, the call sign here is November 0 Romeo Foxtrot Kilowatt. The name is Kelly, and I'm just a little north of St. Joseph, Missouri. Go ahead.
Roger that, Kelly. It's nice to meet you. I do a live YouTube show called Ham Radio Live. Just finishing the show now up with one more QSO. I heard you guys. I thought I would say hello. So I'll send you a copy of it to your YouTube page, and I want to thank you very much for letting me say hello to you, okay?
Okay, you faded out on me there, Larry. Bull, are you popping?
Roger. I'm copying him on the remote. Kelly there in Oregon. K7HN. This is Whiskey Delta 5 Delta Japan X-ray. I'm in Hot Springs National Park, Arkansas. And the name is Bull, like bullfighter, over.
Roger that, Bull. It's nice to meet you. My name is Larry, Lima Alpha Romeo Romeo Yankee, QTH, Independence, Oregon, about 65 miles southwest of Portland. It's an honor to make your acquaintance. I do a live show called Ham Radio Live, to encourage people to get their ham radio licenses and let them see the fun that we all get to have. So I've got you as part of the show, and I'll send you a copy on your QRZ email if that would be okay, Bull.
Roger. That'd be okay, Larry. Yeah, we used to do a net called Awful Ugly Net, and we kind of followed what you're doing there also, and it comes on about 8 o'clock every night on 8.55, 3.855. If you ever get a chance to listen to it. Anyway, let me say 73, Larry, before you fade out on me. K7HN, 585 DJX, back to the group.
Thank you, Bull. I'll see you guys later as well. Both to Kelly, November 0, Romeo Foxtrot Kilo, and Bull. Pardon me, Bull. Whiskey Delta 5, Delta Japan X-ray. Kilo 7, Hotel November. All the best from the Northwest. God bless you guys. 73. There we go.
73, Larry. God bless.
And there you go, my friends. All right. So really, that is 4 QSOs, and we made them as quick as we could. I do want to show you one more thing. Really important. We're going to go on to the 49-meter band. Now you're saying, what? 49 meters? What are we going 49? What's 49 meters? 49 meters is a short wave frequency that you find a ton of stuff on. And One of the things you do find, okay, is on Sunday evenings, I can't remember the time. I believe it's like 8 Pacific, 7 or 8 Pacific time. They do a show. This is Radio Havana, Cuba. And what they do is they do a show that is centered around helping people who are in either the shortwave hobby or in ham radio to have a propagation forecast for what they believe the following week is going to be. Now, again, it's a forecast. It's not a for sure. So keep in mind, it's just a forecast. But what's cool about it is that they do it. Let's see if we can pick up a little Radio Havana. A lot of times they play some good music, by the way. Good music. Hang on. We may not be able to get them at all. Get you on the rig cam real quick. Rig cam. We are at 6 megahertz. They may be off broadcasting. No more now. They could be done. Pull off the phase antenna. I'm going to add a little amp. I'm going to take the HAC, move it up, see what we got. Again, just up the shortwave dial. Pretty quiet.
Congregations worldwide means that we must.
All right. The reason I'm showing, of course, hold on, guys. For some reason, I'm on antenna 3, which is literally just the coax out the back of the radio. There's nothing hooked up to it.
And all the world for a witness.
This is an amazing radio. How it does this, I have no idea. There was nothing hooked up to it.
The abomination of desolation.
All right.
Spoken of by Daniel the prophet.
Okay.
Stand in the holy place.
So we'll back off on the amp.
Let him understand.
Let's try and see. There we go. Some music. All right. Let me let you hear how good this Heil system is. I'm going to flatten things out. I'm just going to literally flatten them out so you don't have any gain anywhere. Okay? You won't have any gain. Okay, I'll leave the outputs the way they are. Here's how it sounds before you do anything. Listen carefully. Now, I'm not going to touch any pot, which means a knob, any knob that increases volume. I'm only going to touch the items that adjust the low, the high, but especially the mid-range frequency. Mid-range is the key to ham radio and hearing the human voice. Listen carefully. First, we're going to adjust the mid-range, not the low or high. We're going to start with mid. Not a bit of that is gain. Now let's put a little bit of high in it. Now a little low. There you go. That's what's nice about this system. I'll be honest with you, it's fantastic. It really is. Here's another station. Let's listen to this. Second. Here's Radio Havana. Might be a little late to pick them up. There's a lot of RFI bumping in there. Hear it? Oof, nasty. There's a good signal. Now you could have fade, right? There's going to be fade and everything. how good it sounds now? Watch just if I adjust the mid. Listen to this. I'm just going to take the mid-range out. This is how powerful, and this is really the secret, the key to the HRL parametric receive audio system. Just how much time and love was put into the mid-range. Listen. Now listen. It's going to sound like it's louder, but it won't. I did not touch anything that adjusts the gain or output. All I did was bring up the mid. Isn't that something? It really is. It's amazing. Well, folks, we've made QSOs to, let's see, got a list. Why not take a quick look, right? And by the way, we did this show by request, and then we redid it by request because at the first time you couldn't hear the audio from the rig, and I felt terrible because I didn't want to leave it that way. Come tomorrow, there'll be some contest somewhere. Signals are going to be everywhere, which is cool. We could do a contest show. That'd be fun. Haven't done one of those yet. We'll do one of those. But the point is making calls like we made tonight, right? First of all, I'd like to thank Bull, Whiskey Delta 5, Delta Japan X-Ray. Bull, thank you. Also, Kelly, his friend that's on the 80 meters net that they were at. That's November 0 Romeo Foxtrot Kilo. Thank you to Kelly. I'd like to thank also a friend of mine, Brad, that I've talked to before in Australia, who's one of the kindest people you'll ever talk to. If you have an opportunity to speak to somebody, he's there outside of Sydney. His name is Brad. His call sign's Victor Kilo 2 Bravo Yankee. He's one of the kindest people there is. You'll love him. And then finally, I want to thank Larry in Thailand, Kilo Hotel 0 India. What a pleasure, right? So we've went 8,000 miles plus to the southwest. Then we reached an area of the Pacific Ocean that's literally between Japan and New Guinea, okay? And then we went all the way east into the United States and talked to somebody in the state of Texas and Arkansas. Excuse me, Arkansas? Yeah, Arkansas. Pretty good night. Hope you enjoyed the show, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. If there is a contest, which there probably will be, we'll come live with that. Do a little contesting, have some fun, show you what it's like. Until next time, thanks for watching. God bless all of you. Don't ever think it's too hard to get your ham radio license. Just study for it and get it. Talk to the American Radio Relay League. That's called ARRL. I'll have the link in the below description, just like I always do. Click on the link, follow the links to becoming a ham. They'll hook you up with a ham radio club in your area, and they'll get you started so we can get you on the air and make calls with you as well. If you have a license and you'd like to license your way up, don't be intimidated by it. You can do it. I want to thank you for watching today. These come from my heart. I don't want you to make the mistake I did by waiting too long. Until we meet again, my name's Larry. My shack is Kilo 7 Hotel November. Until next time, God bless you all. See you later.